Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Finnegan-Nixon, and I'm super excited to be here with you today at the Sabatage Smashers Summit. I just want to give a big thank you to Nicole Borgi for putting on an amazing event, and it is such an important topic, in dealing with imposter syndrome when you're starting your business, and also, getting the right mindset so that you can start, launch, and grow a business. So important. And again, I thank you so much for inviting me to be here today. Also want to give a shout out to Beverly Zyment for introducing me to Nicole, and also want to give you congratulations on your best-selling author uh, yeah, book. That's what you got. So congratulations on that. So again, my name is Michelle Finnegan-Nixon, and I am with Power Team International. I work with Bill Walsh, the guy behind me right there, who often is quoted as saying, "Create so much value, they think you're nuts." And we definitely do that at Power Team International. And so if you're looking to have even more success, then I highly encourage you to participate in the book, The Obvious. Yes, it's this book right here. It's a free book club called The Obvious, written by Bill Walsh. It is, I won't say it's the answer to the secret, but it's definitely a complement to the secret. It is good to, when you think about, you bring about. Yes, it's true. Your mindset, can definitely affect what is happening in your business world, in your personal life. Success is an inside job, but you do need some mentors to help you along the way. You definitely want to align yourself with the right people. And so there's this wonderful book called The Obvious. Now, before we jump into The Obvious, I want to give you a little bit of my backstory, and I don't want to bore anyone, so I hope this is okay. I know this is a pre-recorded call, so I can't really see what you guys are doing in the chat room, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a little taste of why I believe doing the book club, The Obvious, would be so beneficial for you if you are looking to elevate your business to even higher and greater success. Okay. So years ago, I worked in manufacturing. 1991, I worked in manufacturing, and I was introduced to the public speaking world. I gave my first talk called Celebrating Our Differences, and it was kind of like how to handle difficult people. In the same organization, manufacturing A to Z, we also were going through quality assurance compliance. It's called the ISO 9001 series. We were trying to be certified with that Industrial Standards Organization. So AT&T was our registrar, and the company president, Jack Antola, who's a great mentor of mine, he was aligned with Jim Rohn. And he was famous for giving people, a tape series, success series, anything to train his people. He wanted us to have the right mindset. He wanted us to have success from the inside because he knew that if he trained us properly, we were going to do a better job. And he wanted us to think like we owned the company, even though it was a job, interestingly enough. So he was preparing people to be entrepreneurs inside a company where we collected paycheck, right? So one of the things he insisted that, and everyone had to do it, was to go through the book club, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I recognized that I needed to teach people how to learn how to launch their business, because during the discussion of the 7 habits, we saw that when you start a business, you want to begin with the end in mind. He talked about reverse engineering. He talked about making sure that you can see where you're going, so you're not like going in, as he pointed out, going in the wrong jungle. The book also mentioned that you need to know when to stop. You need to know when to say, you know what, we gotta change course. So there was a lot of wonderful nuggets from that book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it is a must read if you are in business. It also had some valuable insight on mindset, on how people can be looking at the same picture and have a completely different reaction to it. They might see it from a completely different standpoint. And so it's very important to seek first to understand a situation before you want to be understood. So it's a powerful book, and I highly recommend that you get that audio series, video series, or the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you want to smash your sabotage, because it's a great book to have. Then I would ask that you join us for the obvious. So I'm going to go over just a couple of book chapters, the titles, right? There's like a little table of contents in the book. And what we'll be covering is the law of focus, the law of planning, the law of resource management, communication. There's a whole bunch of really good, juicy stuff in here. Ultimately, you're learning from Bill Walsh through the book, but we will have videos and some other great information for you, as well as we'll schedule a call with Bill. It's nothing better than to be taught by the person who actually wrote the book. We've had excellent people give a foreword of the book from Les Brown. See, it says, "Are you ready for a breakthrough? I highly recommend the obvious." It's a great, great book club. A bonus to the obvious is the successclub2020.com. And that is where you have access to video from different experts, and you can complement your learning and your strategy from being part of a success club. So that's my pitch. It's free. It's the obvious, kind of get it out of the way. And now I want to talk about today's summit, which is about getting rid of all those things that sabotage you. The book club will go through some of those items because mindset is always really important. Surrounding yourself with the right people is important, but getting started is really important if you are an entrepreneur and a business owner. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the topic of the obvious. If you'd like to join me for the obvious and learn from Bill Walsh as well as me, because we'll be having different keynote speakers, you can also speak on a topic if you're interested. Like, for example, one of the topics is the law of focus. So if you are somebody who's really good with helping people with their habits and staying focused and being productive, then you might want to also be part of the book club, because then you can impart your wisdom, and it's a networking type of situation as well. So with that said, let's take a deeper dive into some of the ways that you can stop feeling like an imposter. A way of jumping into your business where you feel like you own it and you can make it happen, which is actually the title of my book that's coming out the second quarter of 2021. Own it and make it happen. So we're going to go ahead, and again, timewithmichelle.com is how you reach me if you want to be part of the book club and learn from Bill Walsh. And it's, again, Time with Michelle, that's 2 L's, timewithmichelle.com. That gives you my calendar, that gives you my phone number, and then I will give you all the information so you can be part of our book success club. So with that said, I'm going to talk to you about manufacturing. So I've been very blessed that I've been able to work with highly successful businessmen. I worked for my uncle. He was a multimillionaire, and he built military test stands, and he built electric vehicles, and he was all about, you know, the blueprint and the bill of materials and working with the team, you know, from A to Z manufacturing, because we had quoted people a product, and then we had a certain amount of lead time to get that product done. So it was A to Z in business, from selling, from quoting someone to selling them something, and then going through fulfillment, manufacturing it, and shipping it out the door. So it was a great experience. So what I wanted to tell everyone, and I've got this piece of paper right here, is when you are starting a business, you have to do some reverse engineering. Okay. And so what you want to do is find out, first of all, what outcome you are seeking. So I'm going to put this O, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see the O. Oh, my green screen's not going to do it. So, oh, there it is. Okay. So you see the O here by my hand? that you're going to write down outcome. Okay, that's the result that you want. Okay, so if you have an intention of building a course or creating a program, or I don't know, making jewelry, you want to know your outcome first. Then you want to get clarity around that. That's the big W. And that's why you want to do it. Okay, so this becomes a work order, by the way. So you have your own it. So this is your O is your outcome, your W is your Y, and the N stands for next steps. What is your next step? Okay, I'm going to write this out. Inspiration is your I. Okay, and T is the time, test, tweak, and track. Let's put that in there too. So that is your own it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that really good. So you're going to figure out what you want to, what your outcome is going to be, why you want it, what your next step is going to be so you can be productive. The inspiration, I'm going to go into that a little bit in just a moment. And of course, T is you're going to put the time to get it done. You're going to test, track, and tweak. So inspiration is really referring to your where you're getting your ideas from. So for example, let's say you want to make a dress. You're going to go and find a dress you like. That's a pattern, right? It could also be a formula for success. That's your inspiration. You're going to build a website. Why don't you go find 3 or 4 websites that you like? That can be your inspiration for creating your project. And then what you're going to do is you're also going to find mentors and people to work with. That's another part of inspiration. Okay, Bill has also mentioned that you want to inspire people to perform. You don't want to motivate. Motivating is kind of heavy lifting. It feels icky. But inspiring people, I mean, people can work, without any sleep if they're inspired enough, and they will get stuff done because they feel so good. They see the vision. They know they can make it happen. So own it and make it happen. You can put that on any work order. Say, always think, what do I want to achieve? What's the outcome? Why am I wanting this outcome? What is my next step so you can be productive? What is the inspiration? What am I really looking at here to get it done? And then time, test, track, and tweak. That's your own it. And so the reason why I wanted to mention that is now we're going to talk about the next part of own it, right? Because that is your internal success is an inside job, and you've got to get your mind wrapped around what you're building because you're going to own it, right? You're going to make it happen, and you want to make sure that you can remove the fear and the self-doubt and what if it doesn't work? Because remember, you can always course correct. You can always test, track, and tweak it to make sure it works overall. So a super tip that I want to share with you is when I was starting my accounting business, and also my Learn How to Launch a Business Consulting business where I was, doing courses and websites, you name it. My uncle said, why don't you do a pilot program? I was like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah, you do a pilot program because then you can prove that you can get the results for your clients. So you take a few clients in and you tell them, say, I'm not going to, I'll do something in trade. I'm not going to charge any money. I'd like you to, I'd like to serve you. I'd like to help you in your, your business, solve your problem, whatever it is. And then I'd like to get a testimonial from you and some referrals. And so it was suggested that you get a pilot program going. You invite a few girlfriends. If you're a coach, you invite a few girlfriends into your coaching program, maybe 3 or 4. You give them your materials with the condition that if they get the results that you're promising, that they like what you're doing, that they're willing to give a testimonial for you and send you some referrals. And that way you can test, track, and tweak whatever it is you're building. And also, it gives you a chance to get really confident. So maybe the first person in the pilot program, you're not feeling very confident. But by the time you get to number 3, the third person, you're starting to feel like you're ironing out all the wrinkles in your business. You're working out all the bugs. Okay, you really are test tracking and tweaking it. And then ultimately, you'll end up with this beautiful result that you can be proud of, that you can say, yes, I built a business, I have clients that are happy, and now I'm ready to add more clients and add more value. And that's a great way of getting yourself out there so you're not afraid to jump into your business and make it happen. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today, that you need to have the right mindset, you need to get started, and you need to know that you can always start a pilot program. You can always start a pilot program so that you can build the confidence in building your business. Also want to give you an affirmation to make you feel really, really good. There's 2 that I like. One is called Yes, I Can. And you just say it as much as you can throughout the day. Yes, I can. 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 It's a really good affirmation. Another one, for those people who feel like they're being judged, or that they want to be more confident. Another great affirmation is, everybody loves me. Now, I know that sounds weird because there's a lot of people say, I don't care what people think. That's fine. That's fine. You may not care what people think. But I actually worked with a guy named Scott Lopez, who was a mental toughness expert. And one day I went to him and said, hey, Brian's giving you a great testimonial. And he said to me, oh, yeah, that guy loves me. Everybody loves me. I was like, whoa, everybody loves you. This guy was a U.S. Air Force fighter pilot. He'd walk in the room. Everybody loved Scott, and they wanted to follow Scott. He was a great mental toughness expert. And if the mental toughness expert believes that everybody loves him, that's a good mindset, because that will build confidence. And so I highly recommend that not only do you do the yes, I can affirmation, yes, I can, but you also do everybody loves me, everybody loves me, everybody loves me, everybody loves me, everybody loves me. Because when you walk in a room or you're on video, wherever you are in life, you want to have that self-love. You want to know, like there was a show called Cheers, and said you want to go where everybody knows your name, and you want to feel confident, and you are a champion. You are, you can do this, you can. So do the obvious, do your affirmations, yes, I can, and everybody loves me, and make sure you start using the own it method for everything you do so you can stay focused, and get the pilot program going. Call a few friends. You might even meet some people in the Obvious Book Club, and you might say, hey, listen, I'm putting something together. Would you be open to being, I don't want to call it a test dummy, but, kind of is. Would you be open to working with me for a few weeks and see if I can get you some results? It won't cost you anything. You might be able to do something in trade. All I ask is for a testimonial and some referrals. So that's what I'm going to say for now. Go ahead and create so much value that they think you're nuts, and get started in your business. You can do this. You can, and you will. And again, I want to say thank you to Beverly Zyment, and thank you to Nicole Borgi for inviting me on this most important summit, so that people can start breaking free from their self-sabotage and to stop feeling like an imposter. Start working with the best, get around the best, learn what they do what they say, and you too will be a winner, and you won't ever have to worry about imposter syndrome again, because you will have a track record, right? So if this talk seems valuable to you and you're ready to learn how to launch your business and really get going, I highly recommend that not only you work with Nicole Borgi, but you also schedule some time with Michelle.com, timewithmichelle.com, and get part of the book club, The Obvious. We're going to have a great time. And again, you never know who's going to pop into that book club, and it's free. So take care. God bless everybody. It's been a wonderful day here in Las Vegas. And if you're ever in Las Vegas, please stop by and say hello. I would love to show you the event center and talk to you more. Take care. Timewithmichelle.com. Have a wonderful rest of the summit. Bye-bye.